Yeah, lads, not good. Not good for the Indiana Fever. Damiris Dantas is out in a series where Damiris Dantas is going to be needed to play major minutes. Like, this was the series. This was the team. Like, if it was the Aces, I wouldn't be that worried because Damiris Dantas doesn't really guard anybody in the Aces. Like, Damiris Dantas is going, like, anytime they run the double big lineup, Damiris Dantas is going to have to play. The Indiana Fever have 6 players not available. They have 6 players that are out. And let's not forget, Duana Bonner quit on the team. They have 6 what are likely season-ending injuries, albeit one of them just being for the playoffs. Not ideal. Someone says Dantas is going to play like 2 minutes. No. Dantas was going to be probably the first sub off the bench. Anytime they run double bigs, Dantas was going to have to play. And of course, just as she starts playing competent basketball, she ends up going onto the effing concussion protocol. The Indiana Fever, I am kid you not, are going to go 8 deep in the playoffs with one of those 8 being Shea Petty. That's not good. That's not good. Like, if you look at how these teams matched up the last time, it was the Caitlin Clark show. That was the reason why the Fever won. The Fever won because of the Caitlin Clark show. They had 60 points in the second half. They were down 5 at halftime, and the Caitlin Clark show then happened, and they absolutely cooked the Atlanta Dream. Like, that is the biggest reason why the Indiana Fever won that game, was the Caitlin Clark show. And as you can see, Caitlin did not shoot well, but the second half, Caitlin Clark just took over. She just took over. Like, this was as good a half as I've seen from Caitlin Clark. Even though shooting-wise, she shot, it's not even loading it, 3 of 10. It did not matter. She was plus 21 the second half. And it was literally just run. She got the team going. This was one of the best halves I'd seen Caitlin play. It was the Caitlin Clark show that won them the game. And Dantas was on the floor during the run. Natasha Hara basically got benched for most of the second half. She got benched really when it mattered, and Kelsey Mitchell got benched during the run. Kelsey Mitchell got benched for like the whole fourth quarter. And it's funny looking back on this game because you're like, stats-wise, oh, Kelsey had 11 in the second half. No. The second half, Kelsey was terrible. Well, not even Kelsey was terrible. She just got benched. Natasha Howard, 4 in the second half. She just got benched. It was really, they went on a run with Caitlin Clark, Ari McDonald, Sophie Cunningham, Damiris Dantas, and Aaliyah Boston on the floor. And they blitzed it at the 20 and then subbed them off. Subbed Caitlin off to end the game. Like, that was the lineup that they just couldn't live with. Like, Lexi was sitting on the bench. It was Ari and Sophie were the wings. It was a masterclass. And because the Indiana Fever were able to match up, you could see there, Greiner was playing a couple of minutes. Naz Hillman ended up playing a lot of minutes off the bench. They were able to match up to a Greiner and a Bree Jones because Dantas played. Dantas was going to be important in this series. Like, I don't think Dantas would be important if it was the Aces. If the Fever win and it's the Aces or the Storm, I don't think Dantas is going to play much. But she's going to play in this series. What's wrong with the team? It's amazing. The team made playoffs having the worst training staff in history. Yeah, I don't know if the training staff are responsible for a concussion. Just my 2 cents. Means Bree Hall's getting minutes. I don't know. Maybe Bree Hall does get minutes. I would assume it means KK is getting minutes. But, like, it seems birthday curse. Yeah, anytime it's somebody's birthday, someone else gets injured. Like, it's a match with second best defensive team, one of the longest teams. We lose a big that can space the floor who's just getting her 3 ball back. Yep. Like, the Indiana Fever, players that have gotten injured at practice from the Fever: Dantas, Chloe, Caitlin. We have had, and by the way, Caitlin got injured at practice before the season started, and it's all kind of stemmed from that. We literally have 3 key players who have gotten injured at inopportune times at practice. We're talking about practice. Not the game. Not even the fucking playoffs. We're talking about practice. Everyone's just getting hurt at practice. Fever losing so much needed size for game 1. Yep, this one's got to hurt. What? Damn, we are cursed. We might actually win the game now. I mean, Dantas has been shockingly bad this season. I'll give you that. Dantas has been shockingly bad. But to say that this is not the one series where Dantas is important, like Dantas doesn't have to play the rest of the season. Like we don't have to put Dantas on the floor again, but we needed Dantas for this game. We needed Dantas for this series because they can now go double big. They can now go double big because Howard can't guard either of them. They can go double big. And when they go double big, if you guys don't know, when Natasha Howard's on the floor, what this team does really well with Smesko is they do take advantage when you've got a non-factor on the offensive end. So what they're going to be doing is they're going to just help off Natasha Howard like they did when they beat us by 20, when we scored 55 points. They just didn't guard Natasha Howard. They didn't guard her. They at least you have to at least respect Dantas. I don't care how bad she's shooting. You have to respect Dantas because at the end of the day, if you're able to shoot the ball like that, or you've shown some ability in the past, you gotta respect it because let's be real, a big reason why the Lynx lost Commissioner's Cup was that Sophie Cunningham was shooting horrendously awful, and they decided to leave Sophie Cunningham, and Sophie Cunningham lit them up. And from then on, she ended up leading the league in true shooting percentage. But yeah, this was again an interesting season series, split 2 apiece. The Fever won, I think, by like 2 or 3 in the tiebreak, but the Dream were much better. The thing is that the one time they played without Caitlin Clark was a absolute massacre. An absolute massacre for the Atlanta Dream. That was the one game they played without Caitlin Clark. And the Fever did go and beat, albeit they beat the Dream when Caitlin had a really iffy game, but then lost, or they beat the Fever, lost the Fever when Caitlin had an iffy game, and then Caitlin was unbelievable through 3 quarters in this game right here, and they beat them. So who knows? Do I give the Fever any chance? A little bit less of a chance without Dantas. I'm not going to say a lot less because I don't think Dantas is this unbelievable player, but I'll say a little less. I think Dantas has some importance to the team. I think she has some importance to the team, especially considering that the whole fucking team is injured right now. If we still had like Chloe Bibby to come in, I know she's not much size. If Bree Turner was anything on offense, like we're not going to win a game in the 50s. And Bree Turner, you just don't guard Bree Turner. In the playoffs especially, Bree Turner is going to be near unplayable because teams are literally not going to guard her. So yeah, it's a pity. Whatever little chance the Fever had of winning, I think is nearly gone. It'll be an interesting game. I'm going to try to go live for it. I don't know how my internet's going to hold up. Let's just hope the 5 megabytes upload is going to be fine, but I'm going to make sure I'm streaming at like 480p. I might be going live for it. But anyway, yeah, that is the video. I'll see you guys.